Which Marvel series were nominated for an Emmy? When will Season 2 of The Witcher premiere? And how many movies and series are actually left to premiere in 2021? Well, I talk about all that and a whole lot more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, and it's glad to be back. For all of you listening, it's only been a week since the last time you've heard me, since last Saturday with a great guest, Dr. Randy Aldrett, who is at Monroe, Louisiana, VCOM campus. For all of you, it was a week ago, but actually that episode was recorded 2 weeks before it even premiered for all of you. So it was like last week I basically kind of had like a week off, which is always good to have. And pre-recording episodes is always a blast because it always gives me the week off whenever it actually premieres for all of you to listen to. But it just feels like it's been a while because it's been 2 weeks for me actually. But glad to be back for another week of an episode for all of you. And a lot of stuff has happened, like a lot of news in the entertainment world, of course, with movies, games, series across all streaming platforms. But to start off this episode, I want to go ahead and tell y'all a little bit of good news. This is not really entertainment news. This is actually some news. And it's really good to hear this news. I heard it this past week that giant pandas are no longer endangered, which is a great thing to hear. It was like I think it was some Chinese officials, if I'm not mistaken, because I think that's where most pandas, or all pandas really are, most of them anyway, are from and are in China. And they said that enough pandas, because they were trying to get them to breed, to have offspring with one another. That way we won't lose the species of pandas, because pandas are awesome. I've never seen a panda in real life. I would love to see a panda. It's a panda. What's not to love about a freaking giant panda? And they said that they're no longer in, of course, they're still at risk technically. I don't think that's the right terms, but they're like one step below or above, whichever way you want to say it. They're not endangered, but they're one step more towards being okay, to where they're still kept in like captivity, I'm pretty sure, and very well much taken care of, because we're trying to keep them from not dying off, to where we need to have more pandas being born than are dying, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's really good news, though, that giant pandas they're not leaving us anytime soon, anyway. If they ever do, I don't think they never should. But, but they're not going away. So that's really great news to hear that giant pandas are no longer endangered and are still going to be around for a long time, I hope. So, also, some more news is that Richard Branson, a billionaire, a man, if you don't know who he is, he's an older man around in his 70s. He is the founder of Virgin Airlines and Virgin Cruise Lines. And he's actually started a new company that is about going into space. So he's already got planes, he's got cruise ships, and now he's going into space with space tourism and his company is called Virgin Galactic. Now, I don't know what his deal is being the CEO of everything Virgin. I guess he's the CEO of my life too. So anyway, he's the CEO of all these Virgin companies, like Virgin Airlines, Virgin Cruise Lines. So he's already like a billionaire. He owns, when you own like a company that has like a plane company, of course, that takes people around the world, and you have a cruise company, that's money making right there, especially now that we're coming out of COVID more and more. Cruise lines I think they've already planned, cruise ships are going to start going next year. Like they've already said, like, book your tickets a year early because we plan on doing cruises back normally by summer of 2022. So he already owns that. And so he's already making butt tons of money off of both of those. And now he owns Virgin Galactic, which is space tourism, which is that he basically, the way it sounds like to me, the end game is that whenever we're able to have like ships in Star Wars, that you'll be able to go out in space and have no worry about dying or whatever, like literally like Star Wars or Star Trek, that are just ships that are made to go into space, you know what I'm saying, and fly around and do whatever. He kind of wants that, I guess, is that basically cruise ships for space. That way you can go into space, like, oh, there's the moon over there, there's Mars way out there, and if you look real hard, you can see Jupiter or Saturn or something like that, and go like around Earth, maybe even like on the edge of space, which is where space and our atmosphere touch. Whenever you finally get out of our atmosphere and you hit zero gravity, that's basically the edge of space, because that is where he went when they took their first flight. He was actually on it, and he went to the edge of space, which is about 60 or so miles outside of our atmosphere, which 60 miles is a decent way, but when you go up, that's a lot more. So he got to actually see the Earth from outer space, and he said it was something to be able to see. That was a goal. That's a literal bucket list item for a lot of people, really. So now you can go ahead and book your tickets for a crap ton amount of money. I don't even know. I think it's like $250,000 a ticket to get on there. But yeah, that's basically what he's doing. I'm going to talk more about this next week, to go into more detail of space tourism with my guest and see what my guest thinks about it. Also, he's in competition. Richard Branson is, with the Virgin Galactic company. They are in competition with a company that does basically the same thing now, which is called Blue Origin, like the color blue, Blue Origin, and it is owned by everyone's favorite billionaire, Jeffrey Bezos. That is right, Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon and anything else he owns, because he also owns the Washington Post. He has his own space company that's basically doing the same thing that Richard Branson's company is doing, and I think what their end goal is to try to get people to go to the edge of space to book their tickets, and within 10 or more years, they're trying to make it cheap to where normal, everyday people can do it, because now it's mainly just for the rich and the high and mighty that want to go see, like mainly like actors. Like I think Tom Hanks has already booked a trip to go with Virgin Galactic. So, and some other actors and singers and people that have like a lot of money, So, Jeff Bezos has done it. He actually, the other day, he actually went to space and did the same thing Richard Branson did. I think they went like a little higher. They went like 70 or 80 miles. They went like 10 or more miles above where Richard Branson went. And so, just to say, we went more, and I didn't get to see it, but I did actually watch the replay of him going to space and the rocket launching off, and I was listening to Bo Burnham's Jeff Bezos song as he was doing it. So, come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. He's good. He's got the money. Honestly, if I was Jeff Bezos and I had, literally my net worth was around $210 billion, being the richest man on the planet, yeah, I would do stuff like this. Like, hey, I got money, let's go ahead and just build a spaceship and do all this. Which is, it's a theme for a lot of rich people, apparently, that they just want to, I have so much money, and I think it's time to leave the planet. Like, Richard Branson is doing it. Jeff Bezos is now doing it. Elon Musk has been doing it for years, and he got rich off of this, and Tesla, and of course Tesla. So it's like, sure, I guess, whatever, let's do it then. But I'm all for it. I'm all for Elon trying to colonize Mars and get more people on the moon and make the moon whatever we want to make it, I guess. So yeah, I will talk more about Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin next week with my guest. So you'll have to tune in next week to find out everything we talk about with space tourism and colonizing Mars and all that good stuff that we're talking about. So you'll have to tune in next week to see that, or to hear about it anyway. So 2 weeks ago, I made a mistake telling all of you that the newest God of War game, the sequel to the last just God of War in 2018, the sequel as of right now is titled God of War Ragnarok, was not officially talking about at the last PlayStation event in July. It will actually, apparently it's heavily rumored. I'm not going to say for 100% certain, but as of right now, it's heavily rumored that it will be shown at the next PlayStation event, which will be taking it someday in August, which is next month. I can't believe we're already over halfway through 2021 already, but that's what I get, I guess. That's what I get for having some fun every now and again. So, God of War, Ragnarok, as of right now, that's what it's called. It will be shown, not released, it will be shown next month in August, and hopefully we'll get either they're going to show us the same title, they're going to change the title, tell us the release date, show us a trailer for it. They got to give us something. Give me something of this next God of War game. I played the first one, played all the way through it. I didn't beat like every little bitty challenge, but I played the entirety of the campaign and did a good many of like challenges and stuff like that across the map. And it is a really fun game. Like, you really should try it out. If you have a PlayStation 4 or 5, try out God of War from the year 2018. Really good game. Fantastic. Did it win Game of the Year? I think it did. I'm not entirely sure. But if it didn't, it should have. I think it did. It might have. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those great games that I recommend, and hopefully we'll get to see something for the next one as well. So this is also in the entertainment news, and this is just news, straight up news. Apparently, Netflix, the streaming giant that is Netflix, everybody has Netflix, of course. Apparently, Netflix is now going to start putting video games on their streaming service. And you might be wondering, well, they're probably going to up my cost, or if I want to play video games, they're probably going to have to pay like $5 more or whatever. Well, that's not the case. Netflix has officially said that they will add video games to your account, to your Netflix account, where you can now put like the Netflix app on your PS4 or your Xbox or something, and all of that will come at no extra cost. Yes, the same amount you pay for a Netflix account right now, it will cost $0 extra to be able to play big name games, and quite possibly Netflix, their own studio, may start making games here in the future, might even based off of some of the movies or shows that they make. Who knows? Netflix might make a Witcher game. Netflix might make a Stranger Things game. They might make a game about the Jupiter's Legacy series that was canceled after season 1. Who knows what they're going to make or do. They may put big name games that, of course, everybody can play. Like, they may put, I don't know, they might put like a Last of Us game on there or something. I don't really know. I don't really know what they're going to be planning on doing. But, yes, is that Netflix is going to start making games and putting them on their streaming service. That's basically it. That's big news. It's been rumored that that's going to happen for like 2 or 3 years now. And they're still going to have movies and shows and everything, but now there's a whole video games tab that they will have. It's because basically, why did they do this? They announced that they will offer video games in its existing subscription plans at no extra cost, but they don't know when it's going to launch, or we don't know. They haven't told us yet. And they said that they had the worst slowdown in subscriber growth in 8 years. And so that's another big reason why they did it. is because they feel like people will subscribe more now that you're able to get video games, shows, movies that are all amazing, and all of that for the same amount as a normal Netflix account. You know what I'm saying? That the first 6 months of this year was 5.5 million subscribers is how many they gained. Within January to June of this year, they gained 5.5 million subscribers, which is the least amount since 2013. In 2013, they were still newer at that time of streaming services, you know. And they said, well, apparently we don't have, and they're trying to get more and more, you know. And then this one executive, where was it at? It was on one of these sites that I was looking at, that apparently one of the executives that said, well, this guy, the co-CEO, Reed Hastings, says that he wants to help the subscriber growth and be more important in people's lives. Oh, this was the big thing, is that if you have it on your phone, like for mobile games, if you have the Netflix app on your phone, they will start offering mobile games as well with no ads. Ads are literally the worst part of a mobile game. I have paid money, like $2 or like, it's usually like 99 cents or $1.99. I've paid the $1 or $2 on a game. That way I don't have to be killed by ads, because it's terrible. It's literally like the death of me. It's so much the devil. Like, having so many ads on a mobile game, I've deleted games before because the ads just kill me. Like, I just want to die on the inside, of course, because of the amount of ads I get on through these mobile games. Like, it wasn't like this like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't remember it like this. Like, it was always like Clash of Clans, for example. A lot of people played that back in the day. Some of you may still play it. I don't. I haven't played that game in years. It was, you could play it, you get your troops, all that kind of stuff, attack somebody, boom, you're done. And then they may show you like one ad every like 30 minutes, like 5 to, like, not 30, it was less than that, like 20 minutes or so. They may show you an ad every so often. And then be like, get this loot box for 20,000 gems or whatever, you know. And then there was like, watch this ad and we'll give you free 10 gems for free, you know. That's the only reason I watched ads, so you can just constantly roll in gems for just watching a 15-second or a 30-second ad, which was worth it back in the day when there wasn't so many ads. But now there's games that are just clicker games on your mobile device, on phones and Android and Google phones. I don't know how it is for any other phone, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. But they show this ad like after every level, and then there's like one in the middle of the level, and it's like, why even have a game? Just let me watch the ads, I guess. Like, at this point, just call this game ad game, you know, just ad central, because I don't understand it, you know. And that's why I always, like, if I get really into a mobile game, and all of you know this, like, I was never into Candy Crush, but if you're into Candy Crush or any other game that you get addicted to it, like you want to play it constantly, you're playing like 50 levels a day or whatever, you know, you will, and there's a lot of ads, there's no doubt in my mind, you will pay for no ads. I've done it on many different games throughout me having a phone, you know, because it's like, oh, I just got to get rid of these ads. So, but Netflix having mobile games with no ads is a big plus in my mind. I don't even have a Netflix app on my phone, but I do have it on my TV. And if they're able to have somehow, if Netflix can do cloud gaming, that would be really good too. If you don't know what cloud gaming is, basically is that, like, if you have an Xbox console, the Xbox, the actual block that it is now, you know, if you have it hooked up to your TV in your room or wherever, and you play it, you get the controller and you play it, okay? The way cloud gaming works is that, like, if I have the Xbox app on my phone signed in to the same account that the console is, all you need to do is grab a controller, and you can Bluetooth that controller to your phone, and then go on the Xbox app on your phone, go to cloud gaming, and you can play a game, and basically you're using your phone, computer, laptop, iPad, whatever. You're using it as a screen to play Xbox, and you don't need the console hooked up to your phone or anything like that, because it's all in the cloud. Because all your games save into the cloud, which is like this imaginary area that is just everywhere, you know. That way you don't have to take, like if you go on vacation, you don't have to take your Xbox or your PlayStation there. You can just make sure you have a laptop or a phone or an iPad or something, and make sure you bring one or more controllers, and you can play. That's like, cloud gaming is the future, in my opinion. And if Netflix can do that, to where all you need is a TV and a controller, one, saves a whole lot of space, and two, it's just kind of cool, because cloud gaming usually is fast if you have a pretty good Wi-Fi connection. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Netflix will do with their gaming side now. And they said they may, like it says right here, that they may eventually create a TV series or film inspired by one of those video games that they have. So they're going back and forth, like make a game off a movie or make a movie based off of this game. So let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like they made the Witcher series based off the Witcher games, and that's based off the Witcher books. So I'm just ready to see what happens, and Netflix, I have faith in them. So yeah. So to get into some more entertainment news on a little bit of movies and series here, July 30th, next week, which is next Friday, actually. Next Friday, Disney's Jungle Cruise. It is a movie. It will be premiering in theaters and on Disney Plus for like $20 or $30. It is starring The Rock and Emily Blunt, and it is called Jungle Cruise. I watched the trailer, don't really know what it's about. They're in the Amazon or something or other. It's a Disney movie. It's got The Rock in it. I mean, that's all you really need to know. That's The Rock and Emily Blunt. So if you don't know who she is, she's the woman in A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2. So it's probably going to be a good movie. I'm probably not going to see it for a while. I'll probably see it on Disney Plus when it becomes free, and then I'll talk about it then. So I think it's going to be a good movie. It's just not like number one on my list to go. Like it's like I must see this in theaters. Like it's not a Marvel movie. Okay, let's be real here. So, or a DC movie to be honest, or a Star Wars movie. Those are like the trifecta of things that I go and see in theaters anyway. So, yeah, Disney Jungle Cruise, July 30th. Make sure you check it out if you want to. Also, back to Netflix and The Witcher. They have announced that there is an animated movie that is based off The Witcher. It is called The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. It will be releasing on Netflix on August 23rd. It is I think they said it's set in the same time and universe, or not the same exact time, but it's set in the same universe as the Witcher series that is already on Netflix. But it's like a prequel. Like it happens like years before, I think. That's what I'm guessing. I don't think it's about Geralt. The way it was explained to me is that it's going to be about the guy who taught Geralt. So it's about Geralt's teacher, and if you don't know, Geralt of Rivia is Henry Cavill's character, The Witcher. So it's about the guy who trains The Witcher. His teacher, basically. I don't know his name. I think it's Vesemir. I played the game a little bit, the third one, so I think it's Vesemir. So, but it's an animated movie. So, and it's animated in the same style as Netflix's series Castlevania was. That's what it reminds me of. So, yeah, and it's like an anime of The Witcher. So, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'll watch it and I'll let y'all know about it. It comes out in a month, literally month, on August 23rd, only on Netflix. Also of The Witcher, I'll go ahead and get this out of the way, that The Witcher Season 2 will be premiering on Netflix this year on December the 17th, which is, what day is that? Let me look on my calendar. December 17th is the Friday. Oh, it is the Friday, the same day, actually, The Witcher Season 2 premieres the same weekend as Spider-Man No Way Home. So, that's a big weekend, honestly, to have a Spider-Man movie with everything that's currently happening in the MCU right now, and the next season of The Witcher. So you'll have to go and see Spider-Man, the premiere, and then you'll be able to come back home and see Season 2 of The Witcher. Only on Netflix on December the 17th is when it's premiering. Also, a movie that's coming out pretty soon. We're heading over, skipping from Netflix. We're going to go over and jump on HBO Max for a little bit. Of course, the DC universe and all of DC's movies and shows are on HBO Max because they're owned by Warner Brothers, and that's who runs HBO Max. The Suicide Squad, starring Idris Elba, John Cena, Harley Quinn, which is Margot Robbie, and others, a bunch of others actually. But this is the Suicide Squad movie that has John Cena in it. This is like, I'm used to John Cena, like the wrestler John Cena. It's like he's the good guy, goody two shoes, John Cena, John Boy, And now seeing him in a rated R movie that's the Suicide Squad, and his character is named Peacemaker, which, by the way, his character in the Suicide Squad has already gotten a show filmed and completed, and will premiere. The Peacemaker series will premiere on HBO Max next January of 2022. So that'll be interesting to see. But we get to introduce an introduction of his character anyway in The Suicide Squad, which will be premiering in theaters and on HBO Max for the 30-day slotted time, of course, on HBO Max that they've been doing the entire year. In theaters and on HBO Max for 30 days on August the 6th, which is in 2 weeks from now. So we'll get that in 2 weeks from this weekend. We will get, which is a Friday, August the 6th, we will get The Suicide Squad. I'm actually excited to see that movie because I kind of liked the first Suicide Squad movie, but this is going to be like some of the same characters, but completely different, because this one actually is written and directed by James Gunn, who wrote and directed Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and will be returning to Marvel to do the third one. So, and it's rated R. And it's got John Cena in it. I won't be able to see him, but he's there somewhere. So, yeah, John Cena, The Suicide Squad, August the 6th. And if you have HBO Max, you should just watch it. It's for free for your account, with your account that you already have. And it's only there for 30 days. So, it's like, if you can see it on there, I would watch it there. But if you don't have HBO Max, you should go to the theaters and watch it. So, unless you have a friend that has it, then you should watch it. Also, speaking of HBO Max, Season 3 of DC's Titans show will be premiering on August the 12th, literally 6 days after The Suicide Squad, which is the Thursday of the next week, is Titans, which is about, it's like a more realistic, I'll say that, but Beast Boy is not a realistic character. It's kind of more realistic, and it's also rated R. It's the Teen Titans, but live action, and Nightwing and Red Hood showing up this season. They've already shown that in the trailer. But if you're interested, or if you saw seasons 1 or 2, it's only on HBO Max, and it will be season 3 on August the 12th. I recommend it. I've seen both seasons 1 and 2, and I like it. So it's really good. So, yeah. So, also, jumping off of HBO Max, we're going to Disney Plus now. Not really much to talk about yet. I will talk about it a little bit here in a minute. But first off, we're going to start with Star Wars and jump around a little bit with this, is because the Emmys, which is the award show for television and series across streaming platforms and any show that comes on TV. That's what the Emmys are. They're the TV show awards. The Emmys will be taking place on September the 19th. And I might tune into it just to see which shows win, because The Mandalorian has tied with the top shows with the most amount of Emmy nominations for this year's Emmy Awards. The Mandalorian has tied with 24 nominations for this year's Emmys. Now, I can't be more happy for The Mandalorian because it is such a great show. I mean, if you've never watched The Mandalorian seasons 1 or 2, it is just amazing for one thing, and I can't wait for season 3 to come out to watch it and for it to get nominated again next year. So, yeah, now that Disney Plus is in the show making business, a lot of these shows are actually getting nominated because WandaVision actually got nominated for some Emmys as well, but it got nominated for like 5 or 6, I think, not that many. But The Mandalorian, I feel like, was nominated for everything. Any Emmy, like special effects, because it's awesome the way they make that show with that big LED board, and they're using the Unreal Engine that actually makes video games to make the background, the special effects, the makeup, the stuff they wear, all that kind of stuff. Best performance by the lead character, side characters, all that, literally any award for any position from the Emmys, I feel like The Mandalorian is nominated for that. So 24 is tied with something else. There's like 3 shows that's tied with the most, and The Mandalorian is one of them. And there's 2 other shows I don't remember. But since it's nominated for 24 Emmys, I think it'll win at least maybe one of them. And it's kind of weird to think about a Star Wars show, a show that's literally about Star Wars, is tied with the most amount of Emmy nominations. That still blows my mind. I heard that like 2 weeks ago, and it still blows my mind. So, with that being said, talking about Disney Plus a little bit, Marvel's What If show will be premiering August 11th. Now, the trailer already has been released like a week or 2 ago. I think it was like a week ago. The trailer for What If has already been released. You can go YouTube it right now and watch it. It is a great trailer, and I can't wait for the show to happen. And also, the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie will be premiering in theaters on September the 3rd. The Disney Plus deal is done at that point. They said that they will, as of right now, they will not offer the $20 or $30 for Shang-Chi. So, yeah, it's only in theaters until it's there for like 5 months, and then it'll be on Disney Plus. So, excuse me. So, and of course, I will talk a whole lot more about the What If show and Shang-Chi and everything Marvel, especially since the Black Widow movie came out. Was that a week ago? I think it was a week ago. I want to say, it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, the Black Widow movie premiered, and I will talk about it next week, as well as the Loki series. Me and my guest next week will actually review, with spoilers, a spoiler review of Loki and the Black Widow movie. So if you haven't seen Black Widow and you haven't finished all of Loki, you should definitely finish it this week, because me and my guest next week will be reviewing both of them and talking about the future of Marvel, which, of course, like I said, the next series is August 11th, which is What If, and Shang-Chi on September the 3rd. So we'll talk about a whole lot more about that next week. So, yeah. So with all that being said, which is a lot, and I'm excited to see, which I might watch the Emmys, since Marvel shows and The Mandalorian was nominated for a lot. Which, if the Loki series had ended before they actually were able to nominate them, Loki would definitely be nominated for special effects, no doubt. Which it might could get nominated next year. I'm not real sure when the cutoff date is for that kind of thing, So, with all that being said, now it is time to get into some questions here. If you do not follow the Toddcast Instagram page only on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing, which you should be Like, why not? Why aren't you? Huh? Why not? Answer me right now. Give me an answer right now. Tell me why not you're following the Instagram page on Instagram. The Toddcast Instagram page. I messed it up anyway. It doesn't matter. Anyway, don't make fun of me. So, if you're not following the Instagram page, you should be. And because if you do, every so often there is a questionnaire posted that says, what are some questions you would like for me to answer on the Toddcast? And you could post your questions, and I will usually get those questions. And your question can be a part of an episode. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a comment down below this episode or any episode, and put it in quotes and put your question in the comment section below. And if you do that, I will also see it. So, and if you want a question to be in an episode of the Toddcast. So, I actually have one question here. This week there's only one question with the amount of stuff that I talked about. There is only one question here that I have. It is, and thank you for this question, by the way. Would you rather never eat cookies ever again? No more cookies for the rest of your life. That includes home-baked cookies. That includes those really nice iced sugar cookies that are usually in the front area at Walmart. That means no more Oreos or Chips Ahoy because they are considered cookies. I mean, you can eat the Oreos, but you can only eat the middle. You can't eat the cookie part. Just any kind of cookie there is, no more of them. No more. So no more cookies again, or only ever drink water. That's a hard question. That is difficult because only ever drink water, that means literally any drink you want can only be water. That means no more Coke, no more Diet Coke for me, no more root beer, no more sodas, no more alcoholic drinks, just water. Or no more cookies. So, when you look at it here, you can, it's like, would you rather go out with cookies or go without every known drink to man besides water? Like, if I drank only water, God, I'd pee like every 5 minutes, though. If I drank water, I mean, I pee a lot now, by the way, but I'm peeing right now. No, I'm not. Only water or no cookies. But I can still drink, like, if I have no more cookies, I can still drink whatever I want and eat literally anything else besides cookies. How often do I do eat cookies a lot more now. Chips Ahoy is one of my favorite candies. Is it a candy? A snack, whatever it is. Golden double stuffed Oreos is the best kind of Oreo, and I love it. I love those cookies that it's like 2 cookies with icing in the middle. It's like a sandwich, but it's 2 cookies with the bread and the good stuff in the middle. The meat is the icing, you know. Dang it. I can't eat that anymore. I mean, I can eat that. I can lick the icing out of the middle, but I can't eat the cookie. And then there's no point of having cookies there. I might as well just lick it out of the tub. Not the bathtub. I should just lick icing out of the tub it comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like those little carton things, you know? Crap. Only water or no more cookies. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Like, when I first read this, like, 3 minutes ago, literally when I first read it here, for all of y'all, I was like, ooh, I think I want to go this one. And I was like, no, this is hard. Because I eat a lot more cookies than I thought. I got to go without cookies because I can't go without caffeine. If I drank a lot of water, I would be a lot more fit. And I wouldn't be having to take in any sugary drinks. No more caffeine. Unless there's any kind of edible caffeine. That's the kind of edibles we need. Forget weed. We need caffeine. Dadgummit. Like, give me some caffeine brownies. Where's that at? You know? Why haven't they made those? Huh? Where's my caffeine brownies? Dang it. Well, anyway, I'm going without cookies, I guess, because I can't go without Diet Coke. And literally, if I cut out any drinks besides... I mean, how boring would that be? When I'm talking about this, like, reviewing drinks is like half the things I've done on here for the Toddcast. It's like, if I go without that, it's either I'm going to review candy, like I'm doing today. Today's episode is a candy review, by the way. That's happening in like another 5 minutes. But, how boring would that be? I mean, the only thing I do is like, which brand of water tastes the best? Well, I talk about that and probably not a lot more on this episode of the Toddcast. Like, how boring would that be? It's like, I mean, one episode is all you need of that. And if I'm only drinking water for the rest of my life, well, I got one good week out of it, okay? Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Like, thank you for listening to my Todd Talk. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? So, I mean, I can drink, like, Great Value, Smart Water. Smart Water is the best, by the way, without a doubt. I've drank different brands of water before, and Smart Water definitely does taste the best. That's actually what I'm drinking right now to get through this episode of me hollering so much. So, yeah, no more cookies because I still want to drink literally anything else besides water. I mean, I still drink water, but all day, every day. And there's definitely people that do that. I'm not downing y'all, but it's like, I want to drink something with flavor. You know what I'm saying? I want to taste something. And no more alcoholic drinks. Like, I don't drink alcohol that often. Like, I've drank more alcohol for the Toddcast than I haven't any other part in my life. But there are some alcoholic drinks that actually do taste good. So, for me anyway. So, yeah, thank you for that question. And like I said before, you can comment your question down below in the YouTube comments on my YouTube channel. So with all that being said, like I said, I do indeed have candy to review this week. I don't have drinks, I have candy. I haven't eaten them yet. So you might hear me eating. I am sorry and apologize if you hear me smacking or anything. So, if you hear that, I apologize. But I don't really know which one to try. I got two of these. They're both the same thing, but two different flavors. I guess I can go with this one. This is Cowtails. I've never had them before. I think my parents brought them back from Tennessee. So they've been chilling for a good while. It is caramel. This is caramel flavor. The other one is something else. This is chewy caramel with a cream center. Okay, it kind of looks like a Nerds rope, like the packaging. It's a nice white packaging with orange and brown letters. You can go to cowtails.com. This is 120 calories. Good Lord. Well, I mean, it is caramel, so what do you expect? All right, I'm going to open this up. Oh, it just looks like one of those Sweet Tart ropes. Like, you know, it's like got the Sweet Tart thing, the wrap, and it's got like that chewy center, you know? It's like a little chewy white center, you know what I'm saying? That's all this looks like. But the outside is caramel. And the inside is cream or something. What did it say? Where did it say that at? Cream center, yeah. So, I don't know if this is going to be good, but I will be rating it on the 0 to 100 scale, the same scale used for drinks, but used for candy this time. Last time I actually reviewed candy, I think, was at Christmas or New Year's, around there, with Jaren. I think that was the last time. No, it was drinks. When did I review candy last? I know I did it for Halloween last year. I don't remember when was the last time I did a candy review. So, Cowtails, let's go ahead and give this caramel flavor a try. So, here we go. Okay. Don't really taste nothing yet. Very dusty on the outside, Got the dust. Choking on the dust. It's not that bad. I apologize for my smacking. If you do hear it, I am truly sorry. You may have to turn it down a little bit then. I'll get another try. It's not that bad. I don't really know what to make out of it. I mean, I'll probably finish that later. Yeah. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I'm usually scared when I try stuff that I've never seen before. On the scale of 0 to 100, I'll give it a 65, honestly, because I don't really know what to make out of it. Like, I would eat this, but I would not, now that I have tried it, I would not seek more of these because it's not my forte. Like, I mean, it's good, and I like sweet tart ropes. That's the same kind of formula, the Krabby Patty formula. That's the same kind of formula that it has. But, I wouldn't go after these, like, if I saw them in a gas station or something, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's what I'm going with. A solid 65 for the normal one. Apparently, that's the normal one, the caramel one. Because I have another cowtails right here. This one is caramel brownie flavored. It's in a nice dark brown packaging with white letters. This one, oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, that was nice. I'm trying to open it here, like getting it everywhere. Same kind of thing, except the outside is black and the inside is brown. The cream center, I don't think it's a cream center anymore. I think the inside is caramel and the outside looks like it might be brownie. So, brownie caramel cowtail. Let's give it a try. Oh no. Okay. I thought that one was actually going to be better than the other one, but I was surprised. So, dang it, I should have gave the other cowtail a higher score. I should have gave it like a 70 or something. Brownie cowtail, I got to give you a 55 then. You're going 10 below. Mainly because, I mean, it might be good if I tried it again, but I don't really want to try it again, to be honest with you. It was very chocolatey forward, but not a good kind of chocolate. I think is it dark chocolate? It might be. If it is, I'm not really a dark chocolate kind of fan. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. Like, milk chocolate is my favorite. Dark chocolate just gets like too much chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that feeling where if you eat chocolate like all day, and then you just get like that coating in your mouth, and you're just like doing like that, you know? Like, you know what that feeling is? Where it's like I've had too much chocolate, and it's like I could peel the chocolate off of my mouth right now, off of my tongue. That's the way that tastes. So, that's why I gave it a 55. But the normal cowtail is staying with a solid 65 because it actually was better than I thought it was. But I'm glad I tried them because I'm probably never going to buy these ever again. Not for myself anyway. So, yeah. So, cowtail 65 and the brownie caramel one gets a solid 55. So, yeah. So, with all that being said, to round out this episode, make sure you tune in next week to hear my guests' review with spoilers. We will be talking about spoilers from the finale and every episode of Loki and the entirety of the movie of Black Widow. We won't be going through the whole movie, but we'll say our stuff about each one. And that'll probably be towards the end of that episode next week. That way you'll be able to listen to other stuff, and then spoilers. You can stop if you want to watch the movie, finish the series. You know what I'm saying. So, next week will be the review of Black Widow and the Loki series. And make sure you tune in to see what we have to say about that and the future of the MCU. So, with all that being said, I think that's going to do it for this week. As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast only on Instagram for updates or pictures of guests and pictures of the stuff that I'm reviewing and pictures of, that's about it. The only pictures you get. And for any other updates that may be coming towards the Toddcast that are surrounding that. And that's only on Instagram at _Toddcast_ only on Instagram. That's the only place you can find the Toddcast page. And make sure you tell your friends and family to give this episode and every episode a listen. And thank all of you for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, well, you're just going to have to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.